Okay, well, my name is Laura Clydens, and I am very proud to be known as Mari's best friend. I met Mari when I was 3 years old, and I happen to live at 69 Pine Ridge Road, which might not be super significant to most of you, but it is exactly across the street from 72 Pine Ridge Road, which is where Mari grew up. And when I was 3 years old, in the spring, we had this family move in next door, and it was the Kreiters. And I first went over to their house and I met this girl named Mari, and we played a little bit, and subsequently my mother invited her over to our house to play. So she came over. It was our very first official play date. And my mom brought out this slinky, this green and white slinky, and it was beautiful, and it would undulate with the wind. And we had this lovely staircase, which we still have now, and it's covered in this blue carpet. So I started off, I had the slinky, I went to the top of the stairs, and I just let it go ever so beautifully down that stairway. And then I really enjoyed it, so I tried it again, and then I did it a few more times. And Mari was very quiet and very kind, and then she finally, after 5 or so times, asked, "Oh, could I do the slinky?" To which I replied, "One more time for me." And so this continued, the cycle continued, either one more time, or how about a few more minutes for me? I'll just keep going with that slinky, until about half an hour later when my mom had to pry the slinky out of my hands to give it to Mari. This was the first meeting between Mari and Laura. Needless to say, I'm very lucky to have made this friend and retained this friendship, given my track record. But while that instance is not symbolic of what our friendship has been over the years, I would hope it's much more of a two-way street. What it has represented to me is how very giving and present Mari has been in my entire life. And Mari, I am so formed because of the relationship that we have with each other and the influences that you have given me. Whether those were things that are very apparent to people, like her intellect and her beauty and her compassion and her support, or if they were things that people might not know about you, like let's see, like the time when you were really interested in smells and you received like things like candles, and you would I would look at the gifts that you'd received and flip over the candle and see that you'd maybe taken a bite out of the bottom just to see if it really did taste like vanilla. Or that time when we were playing that game with the let's disguise, what is this food? We'll cover it in chocolate, and then you might not know what it is, and then you have to guess what it is. And I put in all those, edible things that humans like to eat. And you put in cat food. That was great. Or the time when Mari represented the tornado in The Wizard of Oz. Breathtaking performance. Phenomenal. Or perhaps the time when in 5th grade, we rode back to the reunion committee in the year 2018 for our 5th grade service school reunion, and Mari wrote about her future with a horse named Pal and her happy marriage to a husband named Mace. Tom Mace, PhD candidate at Berkeley, tall, dark, and handsome, versus non-lethal chemical spray used to restrain rioters and sex offenders. Tough choice, but I'm glad we ended up going with Tom. But regardless of what people do know about you or do not know about you, what you've meant to me in my life is more than any other person in that. You're not only a best friend to me, but you're also my sister. And this friendship is something that's so significant to me, and now it's something that I see is also replicated between you and Tom. Because Tom, Mari has truly changed since you've been in her life. I went abroad and you were not in it in the way that you are now. And I came back to find a person who was millions and millions of times happier and content with her own life. And that's because of you. So this toast is to Mari and Tom. We can all raise our glasses.
I forgot to do a toast.
I love you both.
Huh? I didn't do a toast. You did? You needed one?
Oh, and I wanted to say one last thing.
It's okay.
Well, I can never give you the friendship you've given to me.
Okay.
I can give you the original.
So I'm going to speak on behalf of Mari and myself. We'd just like to thank Tamari. We have just been so overwhelmed by having all of our friends, our family, our loved ones here for this weekend and spending it with us and just having this amazing experience with each other and sharing it with all of you. And I'd just like to thank all of you for coming and being a part of this for us. And a big thank you goes out to both of our parents. My parents, Brian, Petra, Chris, Barbara. It's just been amazing to sort of have these two families come together and to both sort of have each of us become integrated into each of the other families, and it's just been great. So thank you to both. Hope you're all enjoying the food. I'm glad that all of you made it to the wedding ceremony. And we'd just like to encourage everybody to finish their desserts, to enjoy themselves, and then to follow Mari and us out to the dance floor when we head out in a little bit for a night of fun and dancing. Enjoy yourselves, head outside, wander around this amazing country club. There's so much history in it. Look at all the old plaques, look at all the old stuff that's in here. It's ancient, it's amazing, it's interesting. And then tomorrow, we also hope to see all of you at the brunch at the Kreider's house. Check the website if you need details. But thank you all again. It's so great to have all of you here. We're so happy.